Mode, another measure of central tendency. Mode is the value which occurs most frequently in a set of observations and around which the other items of the set cluster densely. What does it mean? It means that in a given set of data, you will definitely have quite a number of variables. Now, by a mode, you will get to know which variable is the strongest or the main element of the entire observations. Let's just see how we can calculate mode. In case of discrete frequency distribution, see this example where in the X section I have taken 6 observations and these are the frequencies which are already given. Then how can you calculate what is mode over here? Mode is the value of X corresponding to the maximum frequency. Now we have the highest frequency over here, 25, correct? The value of X is 4. So the mode is 4. What's the intuitive explanation for this? It means that when you have the highest frequency, then in order to draw a graph, you can see that here we measure X and the vertical axis we measure frequency, correct? So number 4, okay, so this has the highest number 25, correct? So when you make a diagram, it goes like this, correct? So the 4 has the highest frequency, which shows that it is the strongest element among these observations, correct? So what do you do when you have the cases like the maximum frequency repeated quite a number of times, or the maximum frequency occurs in the beginning or as well as the end of the distribution, or you might have the case that the observations are very irregular in nature? In that case, you have to use method of grouping. Now let's just see how. This method of grouping I have illustrated with the help of this example. This X variables and the frequency is already given in your question paper, okay? Now you can see that there is no trend in this frequency level. They are not increasing then decreasing, or there is no particular sequence that the frequency is following. So in that case, this data is considered to be irregular in nature, and that's why we will use method of grouping for calculating mode of the variable. Okay, now what you have to do is, in the second column, what I have done is first I have added the frequency for 1 and 2, correct, which is 11. Then 15 plus 23, 38, and so on. In this column, what I have done is I have added the frequency for the 2 classes. That's why I have written 2 cross true. Okay. In the third column, what you have to do is leave the first frequency, which is 3, and then add by considering 2 by 2 formula. Okay. Now I have added 8 plus 15, which is 23. 23 plus 35, which is 58, 40 plus 32, which is 72, and so on. Now, in the fourth column, what you have to do is you have to add 3 frequencies at the same time. That is, 3 plus 8 plus 15 is 26. 23, 35, 40 is 98, and so on. Okay? In the fifth column, you have to leave the first frequency again and take the 3 into 3 formula. That is, in this column I have added 8 plus 15 plus 23, which is 46. 35 plus 40 plus 32 is 107, and so on. Okay. In the sixth column, you have to leave the first 2 frequencies and then add the 3 of them. You will get this 73 by adding 15, 23, 35, and so on. Now you can see in the first column, we have the highest frequency is 45. In the second column, you have the highest frequency as 75. In the third column, you will have the highest frequency as 72. In the fourth column, you have the highest frequency as 98. In the fifth column, you will have the highest frequency as 107. And in the last column, you will have 100. Now what we will do is we will make a column and then crisp this whole information. In the first column, you have to write the number that you have given for all these columns. You have to write in the second column the maximum frequencies which I have circled just now. Okay? And then you have to write how you have got this maximum frequencies. Okay? Let's just see how. You have 45, which is the maximum frequency, and the value of x is 10. Correct? You have got 75 by adding 5, 6. That's why I've written 5, 6. You have got 72 by adding 6, 7. Correct? 6, 7. Okay? You have got 98 by adding 4, 5, 6. You have got 107 by adding 5, 6, 7. Correct? And you have got 100 by adding 6, 7, 8. So now you can see the value of x, which is the most frequent number of times that you have got. Like 6 occurs multiple times. Correct? So 6 is the value of mode. So in this video, we have learned how we can calculate mode for the discrete frequency distribution, and in some cases when we have some drawbacks, then we can use the method of grouping, which I just explained now. I just hope you loved my video. Thank you so much for watching.